Hello there, YouTube. This is your friendly neighborhood manga night.
I'm Little Ren.
It's the intern.
And here we're talking about Blue Exorcist. Why are you guys dressed in blue?
Well, we figured Blue Exorcist.
It went with the title of the show.
I thought we talked about this.
I mean, you guys went all out. I should have done something.
So
maybe
black.
I can douse myself on fire. And
No, it's okay. We'll just continue on. Yeah.
We're not going to go with that today.
Mm-hmm, no.
Now, Blue Exorcist. Now, completely dropped us on random, like anything. We was like, hey, what are you guys going to talk about? So I just randomly picked Blue Exorcist.
He picked Blue Exorcist.
Of course, you had
his title.
Anyway, Blue Exorcist. I gotta say, I'm disappointed to say the least.
Yeah, I was pushing my way through it, and I guess maybe I'm spoiled by a couple other animes that are kind of based off of the whole like religious aspect of like the priests and the things like that.
I thought you was going on a whole different aspect of anime where it's like guy and guy and man love.
Oh no yaoi this time. I'm talking kind of like comparing it to like D. Gray Man sort of situation, where you have like the people who fight the demons.
I get that, and I do get that a lot. Everyone did compare it to D. Gray, a modern day version of D. Gray Man. But the thing is about D. Gray Man, despite the fact it takes forever to pick up, once it picks up, you're invested in it. And Blue Exorcist is like, okay, I'm waiting for you just to get good. The premise is amazing. You got characters. You pretty much have all the building blocks you need for it to be a great series. It's just, it never takes itself too seriously, and then it tries to compensate with goofy jokes.
It gave me that Dragon Ball Z type feel.
Dragon Ball Z?
Like I'm gonna build this up over a long period of time and just keep going with this after like 4 episodes.
You're pulling a Frieza?
Yeah. Like Blue Exorcist to me, it had kind of that Brothers Grimm feeling, where it's like kind of fairy tale-ish, kind of non-make-believe, but it had a good altogether well story.
You're going off the first 3 episodes, right?
Yeah, no, just altogether. I mean, story plot-wise, they had a good, like you said, building block. They just they let me down.
It does take a while for the story to start building, especially how they talk about the main character coming into his powers. So basically, you have 2 brothers. Well, yeah, you have 2 brothers who are supposed to be twins.
Ren and Yukio.
Yeah, and one of them is actually the spawn of Satan, and the other one is a priest. What do they call them?
He's an exorcist.
They're exorcists.
Yeah. Which that actually I wanted to ask you guys because that was confusing because they are twins. So that makes them both of them the spawn of Satan.
Well, that comes later on into the show. It's hidden. I don't want to ruin nothing for nobody because I'm not a spoiler.
Yeah, some of us can't keep
the lid shut.
Anyway, but the reason why I brought that up is really lazy. They'll introduce a concept. I was like, we talked about it. Let's move on.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, for example, like what I was telling you guys earlier throughout the week was they introduced the different classes. I mean, they're called Meisters, but essentially that's what they are. The classes. The Exorcist, which pretty much fights off demons and ghosts and pretty much anything bad. And how they introduced it was awesome. The RPG nerd in me just came out and it's like, this is great. But the thing is, they talked about it one time, and
they never
really went anywhere with it.
I mean, you can see the different characters that have the different classes, but they don't really build it up in a great way. But I mean, I was with you. You were talking about how awesome that was, and I kind of got it when they were talking about like how knights use swords and dragoons use guns. I'm like, all right, I always love dragoons anyways. But they really don't. They basically just say like, that's what this class is. This character has that, or we're gonna move on.
And the thing is, when they first show you, because they went out of their way to explain, the strengths and weaknesses in the first fight when they fought as a group, you got to see that, wow, this is great. After that, it just went to the main character pretty much Hulk smashing people.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but I think it was necessary for the way the story went after that. As much as they nerfed it, and they did a terrible job trying to put it together. I particularly did not like it. But it was necessary. For him to grow as a character the way he did, it was necessary.
Yeah, but it's almost like they introduced all these great characters. Like the episode with the cat. Did you guys get the episode with the cat?
Cool.
First of all, yeah.
His familiar?
Yeah, basically I cried because I was like, cat's crying.
I was crying. I told you that was going to make you cry.
Everywhere. But anyway, they talk about the cat. You cried. They talk about the cat, and you get a little backstory of the cat, and they like to throw in like Shiro every so often. Shiro's the dad, by the way, and they just kind of throw him in there every so often. And they're just like,
But-
remember when Shiro did this and it was awesome? And then he does that. Like, and then the main character does it. And then like, remember when Shiro did that and it was awesome? And then the main character does it. And you're just like,
See, that's
okay,
the sad
well.
thing. The dude who died is still the best character throughout the entire series.
Yeah, because I keep talking about it.
I like that better though than them actually having. It would have been worse if they actually had the dad in it.
You think so?
Yeah, because
I disagree with you, sir.
Why?
Because Shiro, for one, is awesome. For one, he's the most fleshed out character. Two, every time he says something or does something, it has a point to it versus like, let's do it this one time, move on. And he's just awesome, period.
But you gotta realize, it's one of those things to where it's like, he died as like a meaning to it.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
He had a Teresa-esque death.
Whoa, Teresa-esque, like Catholicism?
Catholicism. Are you just gonna bring up the whole random
Like
scriptures?
the
they bring
whole
up?
like religion thing that they throw into this, like
Yeah, some of them are kind
What's
of like.
really going on right now?
It's-
I don't know what's happening.
all I gotta say is I think that Japan might have a really little skewed viewpoint of how like
you
certain
gotta-
religions work, kind of
I mean,
like
little-
I can
all
agree
of
with that.
them Christian based.
I mean, Little Ren, you gotta understand this is also the same country where they see American white women always have big boobs, blonde hair, and blue eyes, and they pretty much see that everywhere. And black people always
Have giant
wear
heads and afros
And
and,
big
bigger
lips.
lips.
big lips. Yes.
Um,
So
Yeah.
let's give Japan the benefit of the doubt.
I don't know. It just
But-
seems like they throw in a lot when they're just like, "This will defeat demons, and thou shalt Jesus wept," and blah blah blah, and you're like, "That's not."
And you're sitting there
how it
like,
works."
wait, did Jesus actually said that?
I know, like, what
I'm
the-
reading the Bible right now as we speak. Hey, you know what? I think that's what they did. They wanted you to read the Bible, and they did that.
and prove them wrong, because
Yes.
yeah, that's definitely what we're.
No, I was like, no, I can quote
Pretty
this
sure
right
the
now. I'm on
Gospel of
Zachary.
John is not Zachary.
Yeah, this is Zachary, Gospel of John. I think they're just at this point throwing names. Hey, which name we could do? Just John. Yeah, that's it.
And then Akira rose up and took over the city.
God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down.
And they're like, "Yeah, they killed the demon." And you're like, "No."
We totally just jumped off of anime.
No, I'm just saying
But-
that's what it is. It's like
But,
that's
like,
not even a
the
basically
making
the-
up gospels.
well, it's time for us to get back in Blue Exorcist, people.
Yeah.
Christianity aside, but you know, the bad stuff aside, you know what I actually do like about the show?
What's up?
I liked how they didn't give the main character his powers right away. They made him learn and they made him grasp for it. Like there was a certain point where he could literally not open the sword.
I do know where you're coming from. That me, I feel really different about it because it's like, think about it. If you're the spawn, the child of Satan, which is like the king of all demons, you would think it took like 18 episodes for like, you know what? Maybe we should teach you how to use your powers. Really?
Yeah.
After 18 episodes of people
Well, you
dying and
gotta-
getting hurt, now you came to that
You
realization.
gotta go through like the fan service. You gotta go through like meeting the other characters and having like the the crazy
Because
situation.
they did it in the right type of sequence. They gave him the sword, he opened it, he blew up his powers, did it one great time, boom. He didn't master it. He went back to learn. I like that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I see where you're coming from. It's just my personal opinion. I just feel like they should have done it a little bit sooner.
I think they probably really in this show they probably really wanted to throw in like it seemed like they definitely wanted to focus around the school like the like a one of those like a school anime. Like I don't know how else to say it. Like just
Yeah,
an
but
anime
even
that's
then,
on
I
like
feel-
school life where you have the short skirts and stuff, and that's kind of what they wanted to focus on before they got to the part of the powers.
I mean, yeah, but even that I feel kind of lackluster because I feel like the school was introduced and it's just there, and that's what you just do. Like even the Exorcist classes are its own separate entity. It has really nothing to do with the school. So this really could have been held in someone's basement.
So let me ask you, Manga Knight.
What's up?
So basically, I've read the manga. Have you read the manga?
Yeah, I read part of the manga and I watched most of the anime.
Okay, so like, what type of feeling did you guys get from the anime and the manga?
Well, for one, I only like 3 characters out of like 30 characters.
I think in terms of characters, there actually was one that shined out, and it was Shima.
Shihime.
Shihime. Sorry, Shihime. Forgive me.
Anime forgiveness.
They kind of throw her in there, and at one episode, and I thought for a while she was going to be like one of those like one shot where they go out on a mission and that's it. But she comes back and she kind of turns out to be not so annoying of a one of the female healer characters.
And she actually potentially has the power to pretty much make her team invincible.
Me?
Yeah, she's the support.
Yeah.
I thought they was gonna Sakura her, where they make her seem like she's something, but then she sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just like, why
No
is she
offense,
even like
Sakura.
hanging out? And she just like whines over not having any friends or anything. But I mean, I think as characters go, like I was kind of excited to see her still in there, even though like her boobs were really bouncy, and usually I kind of like,
Oh, you're talking
whoa,
about
bouncy
that-
boob characters, I'm over it. But
But you gotta admit that was hilarious.
Yeah,
'cause
it
it was
was
like,
funny.
dang.
yeah, when you kind of see under her cute little kimono, it's kind of hilarious.
She's like one of those characters that hides her figure, but then the main character makes her bring it out. So she's like, oh, I'm okay with it now. Titties everywhere.
I know. So, you know what we think about this anime, so why don't we hear what you guys think about Blue Exorcist? We want you to comment below and tell us whether you liked it or disagreed with us or agreed with us on some aspects. Also, like the video if you can, even if you didn't like what we said, and share so other people can hear about what we had to say.
Don't forget to also check out our new Anime Aficionados page all over Facebook. Link is down below, and also we will give you updates and trivia on all your weekly manga needs.
Signing out, this is the intern.
This is Little Ren.
This is the Manga Night.
See you guys later.